What's up, Zoners? Tonight is our Week 5 Beer Time Breakdown. We will be going over all the recent news in our News for N Brews section. I drank a lot already. Then we will be going over our starts of the week. I am on fire. All my starts of the week have been scoring like 30 points plus, so pay attention to that shit. And then, hey, we're going to be going over all what we got right and what we got wrong Thursday night football. If that sounds interesting to you, hold on for 7 seconds. What's up, Zoners? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard Ethan Wolt, coming at you live from the West Coast. This is the Fantasy Red Zone. Today's episode, we are going to be doing News in Brews. It is our beer time breakdown. And then, Jason, we have our starts of the week. I do not have a secret start of the week. I do not have a secret stash of the week because my in-laws are coming in town and I've spent all my time doing crazy shit. So before we get into all of that, we are also going to be doing what we did right and what we did wrong last night. People were praising Jason last night for his takes. Anyways, Jason, before we get into that, would you please tell the public how they can help this show?
Yeah, if you guys made it this far, if you guys could please hit the subscribe, press the like. We'd like the likes. Leave a comment. Let us know if you played any of the players from the Thursday night game. We'd like to know. If you're also into the radio, we're on Spotify, the Fantasy Red Zone.
Thank you, Jason. So, Jason and I are going against each other in fantasy football this week. I am 4-0. I am the Juggernaut team. Jason is another Juggernaut team, but he's like playing me up. Like he's trying to put the target on my head. Oh, Jason Tyler's got the best team. Oh. Well, yeah, right, dude.
You just said the Juggernaut team, so.
Yeah, well, it used to be a Juggernaut team. But then, Devontae Adams is getting fucking injured. I think he's going to be doubtful here in a minute.
I got bad matchups this week.
You got Achane going against the Giants. Shut up.
No, that's my good matchup. There's 9 other players on my team.
When I'm looking at the opposing team, I don't see anything but green, Jason.
Justin Herbert's on a bye. I got to start Dobbs.
I got Keenan Allen and Kenneth Walker on a bye, dog.
Oh.
Anyways, all right, breaking news. Let's get into this, dude. Matthew Stafford is going to be on this injury report every single goddamn week. That's the way it is. I will not worry about it until he was limping around. I did not think he was going to finish the game last week, Jason. And he came out in the fourth quarter and looked great. I don't know. You didn't get to see that game, did you, last week?
I watched 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime.
You probably didn't even notice he was injured then.
No, I didn't.
He literally could not walk for like a quarter. It was insane.
Wow.
Like the offensive linemen were like picking him up and carrying him downfield for the next play. It's a little bit of that's an exaggeration.
I was going to say, was it like Samwise the Brave? Like, I can't take it, but I can carry you.
That's funny. So Jerry Jeudy is off of the injury report. I expect him to start getting involved, dude. Like, I am seeing a lot of stuff about Marvin Mims, but if they do want to trade Jerry Jeudy, man, show him off. Last year, Russell Wilson and him. Didn't you own Jerry Jeudy last year, Jason?
Yeah, I did.
Dude. Like I do not. I drafted him to be my wide receiver 3, and I don't understand what's happening there.
Yeah, I hope they figure something out because they're the next player pause for next Thursday.
Oh shit! There you go, Jason. Javonte Williams. I went out and got what was his name? McLaughlin. God damn it! Why can't I think of his first name? Anyways,
Jonathan.
Jaleel. It's Jaleel McLaughlin. And Jason, I woke up at 3:00 or 2:30 in the morning just to see what went through on the waivers. I got my Arizona, Michael Thompson or whatever the fuck his name
is. Or Wilson?
Michael Wilson. Yeah, Michael Wilson. Thanks, TJ Hushmanzada. I should have listened to you in the preseason. Anyways, Jason, and then I picked up him, Jaleel, for free. He might be starting against you this week because all the injuries and shit, so.
Yeah, what's the matchup? Who are the Broncos playing?
The Jets, I'm pretty sure. Aren't they going against
the Jets? Yes, Tyler. I want you to start him. Please.
What am I supposed to do? Hey, people can run the ball against the Jets. I mean, that's the one thing that's happening.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I am
kind of like halfway in the league. I mean, Pacheco had that like one good run.
He was. I was thinking about the Cowboys, dude. They ran all over the Jets, didn't they?
Did they? I don't remember. Yeah, I think Tony Pollard had a good game. Is this in Denver or is it in New York? I think it's in Denver. I think it's in New York.
That sounds, man. Sometimes you had a short reel. Sometimes like
Yeah. I was this close from getting Garrett Wilson. I was thinking about it. I was like, should I get not Garrett Wilson? I have Garrett Wilson. I have to start Garrett Wilson because the rule is you start everybody against the Broncos. So I'm starting Garrett Wilson, but I almost got Zach Wilson. So close.
Yeah.
He's still on the waivers.
Defenses to target against, the Bears, Carolina, and Denver, and the Giants. Speaking of the Giants, Jason, I've been trying to trade for him a little bit. I don't know if I want to give up Jalen Hurts plus. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley. He actually practiced, listed as questionable still, but I think he's a good trade for. I do not want anything to do with the Giants, man, but if they score or do anything, he's going to be the one doing it. He is the team.
They need him back desperately, and that could be good for fantasy owners. The scoring will be coming from Barkley when he comes back.
And then here we go to the next couple people that I'm not looking to trade for this guy. D-Hop is finally off of injury report. He's been injured off and on since that 12 target, that big week 1. I want to see him against when he's fully healthy again because, man, he kicked ass last year when you waited for him to come back, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think he's good. And I think Tannehill is good. Fucking Derrick Henry is good. I think the Titans are going to turn it around. Speaking of which, Jason, Derrick Henry, his toe is not on the injury report. His toe has been on the injury report for 3 weeks. I'm a Tajay Spears owner. I've been waiting for him not to play. Now there's no injury. I've been trying to trade, Jason, Jalen Hurts for Derrick Henry. A little bit more, maybe.
Just straight up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do some trades like that with Hurts and Cooper Kupp.
Oh, you're trying to do what? Do you have Hurts in our Tin Man?
Yeah.
Shit. So you're trying to put him together with Cooper Kupp, or are you trying to trade for Cooper Kupp?
Try to get Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, it's probably smart. Oh, man, my animals are out of water. Just wait a second. All right, Deebo Samuel. The ribs, man. He's got them ribs. Yeah, he fully participated, so that's great. I expect him to have a better game. He was a non-existent last week.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be okay.
Finding Deebo.
Yeah, and then Jason, dude. So Christian McCaffrey, whatever, full participant, non-injury. But Elijah Mitchell is out again with that knee.
Oh, the knees, dude, is his kryptonite. His own knees is his kryptonite.
Who do you think?
Would you rather have 15 games last year because of his own knees? What?
Would you rather have him or Jordan Mason?
Mason is a good runner. I don't know why they just don't get rid of Mitchell, dude. Yeah,
so I think if I was the CMC owner, I was thinking about, I have a trade in for, I think I have I can't remember who it is, but I've got Jalen Hurts and Kenneth Walker, I think, for CMC right now. He has not declined or accepted it. But yeah, dude, I would pick up Jordan Mason if that went through.
I hate that when it's just pending. Limbo.
I've been sending out so many trades. I think people are tired of fucking denying.
So they're like, "Oh, there's another one from Tyler."
I don't want your goddamn quarterback, man.
I even got one from Tyler. I'm like, "What is this guy doing right now? Is he on the toilet?"
I had to shoot my shot. I was all, "Do you want Devon A? Or do you want AR-15 for Devon A chain?"
I know, and while I have Herbert, number 1 QB1.
Yeah, but he's out.
Yeah,
you're starting Dobbs. You pay the price for the 1 week. All right, this is I think this was my secret start of the week a couple of weeks ago. No, last week. Luke Musgrave got fucking concussed. Yeah, that's right. No, Logan Thomas. Anyway, I can't remember. This was
They both. You're the tight end curse. Every time you do a tight end, they get concussed.
But at least Logan Thomas. I was talking up Logan Thomas. Then he sucked. And then and then I talked him up again last night, or Thursday night. Came out and fucking killed it. And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick up. How much fab should I spend on Logan Thomas?" It's like, yeah, motherfucker. I should have kept him, but I wanted a bunch of running backs. So anyways, I think Luke Musgrave is a startable tight end, man. So I think he deserves to be owned in most leagues. And then Jason, this is comes in a pair. Christian Watson, Aaron Jones. They are both limited in their practices with hamstrings again. So I'm expecting. They were both on snap counts last game. I'm expecting that again.
Oh, that makes sense of something we'll talk about later, Tyler. Which I'm super excited for you, like for real.
What for my start of the week?
Yeah.
Oh well, I've got four Super Smash. No, I've got three Super Smash. There's been only 4 weeks, so I've got one good start of the week, and I've got 3 Super Smashes. This is the one that I'm not really sure.
Yeah, this is you're doing a challenge, man. You're challenging yourself. I like this. This.
Hey, man, people were putting no respect on Puka. I picked Keenan Allen before he actually blew up. Come on,
I really liked it. I really like this pick. I think you're going to be right too. Anyway,
yeah,
we'll get into that.
And then shit, dude. Again, Devontae Adams' shoulder did not participate. He plays on fucking Monday night, so I put him in my flex. You should too. And then we're gonna have to pick up goddamn. What's that white dude's name, dude? Hunter
Renfro.
Hunter Renfro. I'll have to start his ass. So
over the Renfro.
Yeah, and Jason could pick him up, and I could just have to start nobody. You know what? I might not even be able to start anybody because I'm already stashing somebody in my IR, and I don't want to drop anybody. I might just take the L. It's depressing.
I mean, it's the one loss, Tyler. You know what? You should take the L. You're still going to do well. I mean, just get that one loss off your mind, off your shoulders. You won't have to worry about it.
Well, I've been doing a lot of, looking at people's rosters, and you and I are like a clear step ahead, and we're in a tier of our own. And then there's Serrano. She's pretty damn good, too. Then everybody else, dude, like you and I are making playoffs. So
yeah, Serrano's like, she's hitting some bad luck right now. Like she had to go up against.
But her team is good. So
DJ Moore last night.
And then I thought this was a big one, Jason. Derek Carr, the Bakersfield boy that talked like he from Tennessee. Shoulder, he is like talking about maybe not playing this week. So he shouldn't have fucking played last week. You saw what that fucking did. If he does play, I forget who the goddamn, I should know this, Jason. Oh my God, whatever.
Winston?
No, I was gonna say if he does play, I'd start the defense playing against him.
Did you see that clip of Jameis Winston when they finally put him in?
Got in one time and he said, "Fuck it, I'm going long." He got intercepted too, didn't he?
Yeah, interception.
And then Jason, lastly, I think this is probably it. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. He is fully participating in practice. Listed as questionable for week 5. I've been hearing conflicting reports. I hear that he's still experiencing a little bit of pain, and they want to see how his body is holding up after 2 practices. And then I've heard that he's a full go. Like, hey, this is the first time I'm healthy. I feel great.
I've been hearing that too.
What are your expectations of Jonathan Taylor this year?
I think this year, I mean, it goes back to what we've been talking about during the offseason. Like, he's not going to get all the touchdowns this year because they got Anthony Richardson. He's going to be he's going to be the goal line dude. He's going to be taking those some of those touchdowns away from Jonathan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said lastly, but I do want to bring up this guy, Jason.
Okay.
Najee Harris actually looked fucking awesome last week. Last week, everybody, even the Steelers fans, were like, "Oh, you know what? Najee Harris is not the problem." So,
Matt Canada.
Yeah, I did want. So they're like the fucking South Park. Blame Canada.
Yeah. Blame Canada.
He did hurt his hamstring. Limited during practice Friday. He's not on the injury report, but it sucks, man. Like, he finally came out and just like proved he's not the problem, and now he's got a hamstring, which is like, dude, we know about hamstrings, man. Fuck hamstrings. So I don't know what it is with all the physical therapy or what all the workouts and supplements. Something's fucking up somebody's hamstrings. These players' hamstring.
What about Williams? K. Williams from the Rams. He's been showing up on my injury.
Oh, Kyren. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I've been trying to pay attention to him because I wanted to pick up I'm not going to be able to. I've been looking for shit on him for a while. I even clicked on him. I'm going through right now, dude. There's nothing on him.
Oh, it looks like he was a full go then.
Okay.
Because he was questionable with a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think that Ronnie Rivers, I do know they like Ronnie Rivers. I think that he is a good backup there. I think that he is going to eat into his carries eventually. I do like Kyren Williams, and I think he's great. But, man, I would love to see that fucking Rams offense with, like, a Jonathan Taylor on there. Oh, my God, dude. So, I know, Jason. That's like part of your success this year is draft. Devon A-Chain and Kyron Williams are just like crazy right now.
Yeah, Williams is number 4 RB.
Yeah.
All these
And here I
bad
was,
matchups.
dude. I was like, I'm gonna get Puka, and I was like, I should get Kyren too. I was like, I don't want to stack Puka and Kyren. I should have just blew all my fab like I planned on. Got them all, Jason. But you were the smart person.
What did I put? 20 on him?
It was like 22, if I remember correctly.
Well, I had Cam Akers, man.
Oh, I know. And I remember like you were so pissed at your team after like the first week or second week. You're like, I've got 4 running back. I got 2 people on the same team. I don't even know who to start.
Yeah. Jeez, dude. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Football's nuts.
Yeah, and it just takes, hitting on a couple late picks, dude. Like Kenneth Walker,
Yep.
Mostert, Allen, shit like that, and then you're golden. It doesn't take much. If you have like 2 or 3 hits, man, like that's
Shoot,
all.
even later than that. That's what wins championships.
Oh man, I know, because it's like, yeah, I know. And if I would have had fucking J.K. Dobbins, I still think he would have been amazing. All right, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay, we were gonna do that. Oh, might as well get into our starts of the week, and then we can go over the Thursday night football game.
Yeah.
So your last start of the week was Higgins.
T. Higgins.
And he got fucked up fast. And now Boyd is another show's start of the week, so I think he had the right idea.
Yeah, so are we doing start of the week right now then?
Yeah, here, I'll write yours up.
Okay, so my start of the week this week, Mr. Breece Hall. And I picked him because he's averaging 6.1 points per game. Last week he had 7.5 points with 9 opportunities against the Chiefs. After week 1, he scored 15 points, and after that he's been very disappointing for everybody who picked him up in like the 3rd round from what we were seeing. But this week, in week 5, he's going up against the Broncos, who are 32nd in RB scoring, 32nd in rushing allowed. They gave up 176 rushing yards a game, and they're 31st in yards per attempt at 5.6. We got Khalil Herbert scored 20 points and rushed over 100 yards against the Broncos when they played them last week. And the key thing here is like the Jets coach, Robert Saleh. Is that how you say it? Is Saleh? Saleh. Robert Saleh reported that Breece Hall will have no more workload restrictions, which means they're letting their best runner off the leash. I hope so. I hope that's what it means, because we also have heard stuff like that with Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't feel like he's off the leash yet.
Talk about Gibbs and the injury report, dude.
And then so I'm hoping they're going to actually So they were saying they had it restricted because, he tore his ACL last year, so they were kind of putting him on a pitch count, but now they're saying that's all over with. And we've heard how unhappy Breece Hall has been by not getting the ball. So it sounds like they're going to give him the ball a lot against this horrible Broncos defense. And I feel this is going to be a bounce back game from the past 3 weeks for Breece Hall.
Man, okay. So Breece Hall, Jason, I just talked shit to Parker about drafting him in the 3rd round,
Yeah.
But, then I went back and looked at his stats. I mean, he is boom or bust with this team, because who knows, what squad is going to show up. And I did see some metrics. I wish I would have wrote them down about the offensive line and their win percentage, even pass protection or run block win percentage. And it's been going up each week. I think it was like at 60% this last week. So
Against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think I might eat my words on Breece Hall, and we see Javonte Williams not be the same player. He is not the same, dude. Like, just watch those fucking games, man. There's one fast dude, and it's not Javonte fucking Williams. So, when I watch Breece Hall, he does. I mean, I just wish I could see him do more change of direction shit, but, like that one long touchdown I watched, I think it was week 1, or I can't remember. It was straight. Man, I don't know. I do know that he's going to do well this week. I do think Breece Hall is going to fucking kill it this week. And the thing that scares me, Jason, I need to look at Michael Carter's snap counts. Like, I'd like to see the snap counts and stuff like that, because I do know that what's his name? Zach Wilson loves Michael Carter because I picked up Michael Carter with Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson like literally threw in the ball like fucking 15 times a game. And then when I watched that game last time, I kept on seeing Michael Carter was playing so much, and I was like, shit, dude, like Michael Carter looks better. So I think you're right on the start of the week. I think this is the week to do it. Everybody's saying Brees Hall breakout week, but I am pessimistic still in the weeks going forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I totally get it. I'm not worried about the weeks going forward. I'm worried about this week.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As the start of the week, and I've been saying this in my videos on the show. If you start your players against the Broncos, and I'm just holding myself accountable.
Did you say what he was projected? I know I don't really give a shit about projections, but I do give a shit
Oh
about projections.
man, no, I could find out real quick.
Did you see me, Jason, on the intro of that last show? I was all including special teams, and I was like, wait, why the fuck did I say that? And I was like, excluding.
Yeah. I mean, that made me laugh. So
Did you like what I said about you?
what'd you say about me?
I was like, oh yeah, this guy's fucking Jason's fantasy MVP. I was like, I'm going to get
Oh my god.
I was all, I'm playing mind games, motherfucker.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. And I remember I was watching the game. I was like, I hope this fool puts up 20 points. And you know what? There was one time where I was like, dude, it's happening right here.
But then I was like, I'm gonna pick up Antonio Gibson. I watched because Brian Robinson finally turned into a pumpkin, and it hit his hands and just. I was like, I'm not picking this dude
up. 11.
Yeah,
11 points is what Brees is projected.
Yeah. And so, like, if you think about that, I'm just thinking about. I bet you they're projecting like 100 yards for him, 110 total yards for him.
Yeah. And there's a chance that Russell Wilson is going to try to keep this game as close as possible because that's what seems to happen. The Broncos fall into a deep deficit, and then he has to climb his way back. So he might be in there for most of the game too. I don't see this being a blowout. No sir.
All right, and then so Jason started the week last week did not count. I think he smashed on. I think he's been at least hitting his projections on every week, right? That makes sense.
There
I had it on the
was
chart last week. Sorry, dude. I've been.
Yeah.
Hey, if you know anything about fucking in-laws coming to town,
Mm-hmm.
you understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
You can't do nothing else except worry about that.
And hey, people think I'm a mushroom around here, Jason. They try to keep me in the dark and feed me shit. I don't know what the fuck going around. I live here and I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Oh my god! Damn,
you never heard that before?
No, God, you should. Oh man, I thought you just did that. I was like, dude, I gotta tell my.
Oh, that was the thing in the Forest Service. I heard it in the Forest Service a lot. Forest Service, and yeah, now I just say it whenever. It's like management.
I can't remember all, but I think maybe my first week was not so good. Oh yeah, it was Jahan Dotson my first week.
Oh God,
that dude just needs you need to drop that guy.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Well, I'm on fire. I've got like 90 something points between my last 3 starts of the week, and I'm not even fucking kidding. Like that is literally what it is.
I think the lowest one was your Mostert, like
no, and that
11.
Yeah, and that was pissed me off because that was fucking dude. You tell me week 1 without Devon A-Chain, Jeff Wilson Jr. going against the fucking Chargers now? You tell me Raheem Mostert? Like that'd be so crazy now.
That was a Tyreek Hill show.
I know, man. So this is Tyler's. So I'm gonna try to keep Tyler fire. We got a Tyler fire. I am doing Romeo Dobbs. So
this is good. I like this.
You know me, Jason. What do I like?
Chase targets. You're chasing targets.
I am chasing. Damn, Jason, that's good, dude. I am chasing targets. So I was looking at projections. I was looking at targets. And I was like, this motherfucker is like literally, Jason, this guy is wide. He is 32nd. He is wide receiver 32 in on the projections. He's projected 9 points. That's it. We got Christian Watson. We got Aaron Jones.
The Raiders?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's what I was like.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And we got Christian Watson and Aaron Jones. Probably not. I mean, they're going to be limited to this game again. This guy is wide receiver 16 for the year. And they're literally doubling that for his projections. Like, what the fuck, dude? So he has scored 13.5 fantasy points or more in 3 of 4 games. Like, dude, in my wide receiver 2, I'd be so pumped if he gets double digits. So, like, to tell me that he's getting 13.5 or more points per game every single week, pretty much, like, oh my god, dude. Packers wide receiver targets in week 4 against the Lions. Romeo Doubs, 13. Jalen Reed, only 5. Christian Watson, fucking 4. Dude, routes run, Dobbs, 36. Jalen Reed, 29. Again, Christian Watson will probably get about half of what Romeo Doubs is getting. He only had 19 routes run that week, so expect a very similar target route run ratio for these wide receivers. Back-to-back games with 10-plus targets. He has 25 targets over his last 2 games, dude. He has 29.5% of the team's air yards, which right now is behind. It was like right behind Sun God, Keenan Allen, Chase, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. So his air yards are like not elite, but like pretty fucking close, dude. So you combine his air yards with his targets, it's like, dude, you're looking at some shit here. He's averaging 2.8 yards of separation, and that is the most out of all the Green Bay wide receivers. So he is being targeted the most, maybe because Jordan Love is seeing him open the most, and because this is what this is telling me right now. Musgrave is still in concussion protocol, Jason, but it is a Monday night game. I do probably expect him to play, but he just got that fucking concussion last week, I think. It
was it was Thursday night.
Oh, so, dude, there is still a good chance he will not play. So if you're telling me there's all these people that are limited and then Musgrave isn't playing, like, Jesus Christ, dude. So, Aaron Jones, that hamstring, when he played with that hamstring, he played 20 of 57 snaps last week, and he is still questionable for Monday's game. So we're looking, he might play like a third of the snaps again. And Aaron Jones and Musgrave, dude, that's all that short shit. Oh my god, man. Sorry, I'm just like getting worked up over this right now. The over and under for this game is at 44.5, so that's average. Green Bay is it's not even Green Bay, dude. It's fucking the Raiders are fucking favored by 1 point. I don't know fucking how.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy, Jason?
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder why.
But the point of that being is, I like to look at over and unders, like what Vegas is thinking, what the smartest people about this shit are thinking. And they think this is going to be a super close game. I love that for my wide receivers. I don't want them to just hand the ball. Dude, somebody paid so much for A.J. Dillon in our league. Jason, did you see that?
Yeah, because I actually I was like, you know what? I could probably pick this guy up right now. And I bid on it. I think I did 0.
It was like $20-something, dude.
Yeah,
I put A.J. fucking Dillon. And I was like, what? That's where running backs are in this year. It's so funny, man. We're all talking about running backs. You don't need running backs. Now it's like, there's no fucking running backs.
Yeah.
But anyways, Raiders, Jason, are giving up the 12th most fantasy points per game to wide receivers at 30.2. So just imagine there's 31 points floating around there for these fantasy wide receivers. And Romeo Doubs is pretty much almost guaranteed 13.5 of those. So they're like that. There's very reasonable for him to get at least 13 points there. He just put up 13.5 fantasy points with no touchdowns. So he got that, the bare minimum was 13.5. That was like his first good game with no touchdowns. Versus 17th ranked wide receiver versus wide receiver Lions defense. So against that better defense with that pass rush, last week he still got 13.5 points.
Every time I watch that game, I feel like Love was just throwing the ball to Dobbs. Every time it was like Dobbs. Dobbs.
I do not believe, and only my biggest apprehension about this, Jason, I do not believe in Love. I do not believe in Love.
Make sure, like, your wife's not in the same room when you say that.
This right here. I just leaked my wedding ring, guys, if that's what you fucking on the radio, on Spotify. Anyways, so yeah, dude. I'm still hawking up shit. Romeo Doubs. Look for him to be they're like, a fringe wide receiver 3. Dude, I'm marking him down as a fringe wide receiver fucking 1, dude. Like, do I think he could be a top 12 wide receiver? If he's a top 12 wide receiver, I'm taking that as a goddamn super smash this week.
I could see that. I could definitely see him in the top 12.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Chase the targets, man.
So we chase volume on running backs and targets on goddamn wide receivers.
Dobbs is going to help you get dubs.
I know, dude. I was like Dobbs and Dub because Romeo Dobbs. You're starting the backup or the quarterback for the Cardinals.
I know.
And Jason, hey, good thing is I'm starting Michael Wilson this fucking week. So hey, if Michael Wilson pops off, your Dobbs is gonna pop off.
Wait a second. That's a good play because oh wait, who are the Cardinals? Oh, the Cardinals are going. Oh my God, the Cardinals are going against the Bengals.
Dude, the Bengals have a good pass defense.
I know. This is why I'm frustrated. But I mean,
you should accept the trade, dog.
Oh man, I'm okay. I could be in first place or in last place, but if I make the playoffs, that's all that matters to me.
And that so usually rule of thumb for me is if I can just stay 500, I will make the playoffs. So that's my goal.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I could lose 4 in a row and be okay. So I'm probably gonna have to take the L against Jason's team this week.
I was just going over it, dude. All I see is red. I got too much red on my ledger, man.
Funny, yeah, you look at your other teams first, and I'm like, all I see is green. And then you look at your own team, like, man, my matchups are fucked.
I have to start Garrett Wilson. I don't know, man. Buys are stupid.
All right, man. Let's get into last night's game.
Okay.
Jason.
Yeah.
You were the only fantasy analyst preaching to start Justin Fields. And people recognize that we got 3 subscribers last night, I think because of you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was tough. I was like, the Bears, dude, I talked about it in my videos, they just had a good game. So it's like, does this mean they automatically need do I start them? Or is oh, this is just a fluke. So do I sit? I mean, just breaking down to it is what I said earlier is the Washington were they're in the top 5 for most rushing yards for a quarterback. And I was like, this is Justin Fields' alley. And their pass defense is horrible. It's Justin Fields he only completed 51% of his passes, Tyler. He didn't even have to be on point, but they're so bad. That was enough for him to get 25 points.
Those cornerbacks were getting beat over the top, jumping on stupid shit, dude. I don't know, man.
I mean, even his passes, dude, they don't even look good. I think his passing completion expectation was 54. Because they were just they were dumb, dude. It's crazy, but it was just a matchup thing. I had a feeling that he was going to be able to run a lot, and he was going to be able to do some. I also thought they weren't going to. Cole Kmet wasn't going to do anything because it was the number 1 defense against tight end scoring. So I was like, dude, this is a DJ Moore game. I was kind of hoping for some Mooney. Get in that a little bit later, but
dude,
yeah, it kind of just.
I texted you, Jason. I was like, their names are way too similar. I was getting pumped up. I was like, Mooney! And there's more.
Yeah.
The fuck?
More and Mooney. But, I mean, shoot, dude. All it is just how bad the defense is and what the Washington has given up the previous games against Josh Allen, against Jalen Hurts. And, it'd be oh, it's Jalen Hurts. I'm like, no, bro, the Eagles' offense does not look the same as it did last year. This was Jalen Hurts' probably best game of the season, and it was against the Commanders. So I was I felt like it was just a good setup for Justin Fields to do something, and lucked out. But dude, even still, dude, he holds the ball for so long, Tyler. I think he's 3rd in the league for time throw at 3.7, 3.5 or something like that. But he was 3rd. I was dude, he just sits there and hold. It's crazy. It's no wonder they get sacked all the time. He sit back there and he just waits until there's some sort of opening. and he'll throw it. Like he doesn't even. There's no quick passes with this guy. He just sits back there chilling.
Well, Jason,
Yeah.
I like him when he gets time and he gets his legs set and he kind of like, dude, that fool throws a fucking pretty ball on point. Like, but it's so funny. I mean, you think that the Washington would be known for their pass rush with that fucking coach and Chase Young and shit. I know Chase Young's been injured. Dude, Jason, yards per target minimum 30 targets in NFL history, right? DJ Moore is number 1 ever. 15.6 yards per target right now. Dude, Rob Gronkowski is third on this list in 2016 at 14.2. Rob Gronkowski is so fucking insane.
I took a screenshot of that same stats, but you're delivering it better.
Dude, also, I'm going to just talk about this real fast. I should shut up. We talked about Chase Claypool getting traded, Jason. You did, or we didn't, but you talked about it. The Steelers' yards per drive ranks with and without. Dude, so the Steelers with Chase Claypool were 31st. When they got rid of him, fucking 3rd. The Bears' yards per drive ranks, they were 27th with him. They got rid of him. They're 5th.
Yeah.
So Miami Dolphins, you better just trade all your Dolphins.
I think we follow the same people on Twitter.
This is JJ Zachariason.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's good. It's good that you get that information because I took a screenshot and I was like, I could probably post this about DJ Moore. And one thing I think about DJ Moore was that, let me see, out of those targets in the first 5 games, I think he had the highest. Oh my God, how do I work an iPhone again? He had the highest yards per catch.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had yards per target, 15 yards, and that's the highest out of that list that he gave of Evans, Mike Wallace, Terry Glenn, Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins.
But they obviously changed something last week in this Bears offense, Jason. Justin Fields has thrown a short, an intermediate, and a deep touchdown in back-to-back weeks. So Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins are the only other players to do that this year. So I'm like, that's pretty fucking good. They're all on the left side, which I think is funny. Every single one of his touchdowns, to one side of the goddamn field.
Oh, it is, huh? Is that?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that DJ Moore's? Yeah, DJ Moore.
Dude,
he was on the left side each time he caught a touchdown. But it's crazy, dude. Justin Fields, okay, giving credit to Justin Fields, he played well. He put up the points that fantasy managers want, especially if you drafted him as QB1. But this guy had Sam Howell. I would rather have Sam Howell as a quarterback than I would this guy. I don't even think Fields even goes through any type of progression. He just has one thought, and it's to throw the ball to DJ Moore if he's covered or not. And if he just can't make up his mind, then he runs. It is crazy. He just sits there like a statue and either sacks or gets sacked or finally throw the ball and then maybe run. It is crazy. I was watching this game, he did well, but I was like, dude, Sam Howell, I feel is a better quarterback than Justin Fields.
I would rather have Justin Fields. Dude, Jason, DJ Moore.
Not for fantasy. I mean, overall in general. You would still have.
Oh, right. Okay.
You would still have
overall,
Fields.
Yeah, right. But that was a curb stomping, man. Sam Howell didn't do shit until the fucking Bears were just trying not to lose.
Yeah. They almost came back on him again.
Dude, DJ Moore, Jason, gained 221 of his 30 yards on go routes, pretty much. The most yards on that route since over the last 6 seasons. He recorded 141 receiving yards over expected. That's fucking insane. That's the second most in a game since 2018. I'm just thinking about those cornerbacks, man. They were just I'm going to intercept this. And it's you fucking idiot, dude. Just play prevention or just pat it. Dude, just play defense, man. And that's what, there were so many long touchdowns off the stupid shit from the cornerbacks.
Oh, I know. The cornerbacks, they definitely have their hand in the points given in this game because, DJ Moore's first touchdown, he broke that dude and he was wide open in the touchdown. I was like, damn, that was pretty good. It almost reminded me the Amon-Ra St. Brown against the Packers the week before. But DJ Moore's separation was 2 yards. So the defenders was on his ass the whole game.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
What's his name? Justin Fields didn't care. He just threw it, and like his third touchdown was like, it was a crazy catch, but even the defender was able to get his fingertips on it. And it was still, but he just ran on by, he was able to catch it and run in for a touchdown. Like, they were on his ass. Like, some of these, like I said, his completion percentage over expectation was 54%. That's not good. That's not good, but he didn't care. I kept thinking every ball was going to be an interception, but whatever, man. It worked out. DJ Moore came out. He came up with it.
50 points, man. And Jason, in that game, he had, plus 141 yards over expectations or whatever. He's now at plus 235. So he didn't have shit before. Now he's number 1 overall. But like that is a great stat for a good fantasy wide receiver. The top 5 on that list are Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Brandon Ayuk. So I like reception yards over expected. I think that is a sticky stat. But that fucking night last night just kind of skewed shit. I don't know, man.
I mean, it really did. And like, I just keep repeating it. The Commanders' secondary is not good.
Yeah,
it's not good. They have a decent front four, but the secondary is not good.
And so, Jason, you want to go? Did you say what you did right and what you did wrong?
So if we're just going to end it right there, then I'm kind of like, so I'm not going to count Chase Claypool. I was just joking about that. I was wrong with Darnell Mooney. He was my gamble of the night, and like he had 4 targets, but I think only 1 actually hit his hands.
Had a touchdown, and then he had a fucking deep one.
Yeah, that was just bad passes, but there's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, he had his targets, but this was a DJ Moore game. I said Cole Kmet was not going to do anything, and he ended up getting that touchdown. He got 12 points.
If it wasn't for that touchdown, it wouldn't have been shit. So
right, I mean, it was just one of those situations where we haven't seen a lot from Cole Kmet this year, and then he goes against the number 1 defense against tight end scoring. It's like, how much faith do people have? I didn't have faith, apparently, but he ended up scoring. So, I said to pause Herbert, but I mean, he only ended up with 7, but he did get hurt. So I'm just kind of like tossing that one out. I think I was like two for 2. I was 50%.
Yeah, because Khalil Herbert, I mean, looked great when he touched the ball. Like they didn't run the ball much. Roshan Johnson, I think, was out early, right?
Concussion.
Yeah, and he fucking looked good too. When I saw him, he had 1 bad run, 2 great runs. If I'm going forward though, how do you feel about this team? Like, dude, Darnell Mooney 0 fucking yards, man, and he got so close to scoring like 15 points.
I know, it's very
crazy.
I mean, that's just going along with what I'm saying, where it's like Justin Fields, his passing is just like, it's horrible. 51% last night, and he was.
We need to see if Amon-Ra has a brother, man. Equanimous.
He needs to get some more love, man. He needs to play more.
Dude, Equanimous?
Yeah, St. Brown?
Yeah, but dude, if I was a DJ Moore owner, I'm pretty fucking happy. And I probably wouldn't trade him. If I'm Justin Fields, if I could trade Justin Fields, I probably would
I would.
For like a better quarterback or something like that. Would you trade Justin Fields for Trevor Lawrence, Jason?
I wouldn't have to same position.
I know. I'm just thinking like, if you're really afraid of Justin Fields because you drafted him to be awesome and then he just fucking sucked.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's crazy. We talked about all offseason about how bad the Jaguars' offensive line is, and it's like really taking an effect, dude.
So they lost Juwan Taylor. And who do the fucking Chiefs love right now? They fucking love Juwan Taylor. And they're like, you don't know anything about Jaguars football. You don't know Juwan Taylor was our worst fuck. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. We gotta
Let's see if I still have the information here, because the person in our league is trying to trade Justin Fields.
Is he really?
And I think she's trying to do Justin Fields for Jake Ferguson and Michael Pittman.
That's a good trade. So, All right, Jason. Let's get into the Bears. I mean, not the Bears. Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Sam. Did you know that Sam Howell threw it 51 times?
Yeah, the running game was non-existent.
They carried it 10 times.
Yeah.
They ran the ball 500% more than they carried the ball. That's fucking not good. That's not good. If you're doing that, things are fucked.
I don't like those odds. No.
No. But Sam Howell, Jason, I said press play on Sam Howell. I said he's a young chicken-eating Brett Favre. And, man, I mean, he is not afraid to let that shit rip. I'll give him that.
I don't understand, though, even though it was great for you, Tyler, because you said to start Logan Thomas, but in the first half, that's all he wanted to throw the ball to. The start of the second half, that's all he wanted to throw the ball to. And then when he started to spread it out, he was throwing it to Curtis Samuel. I'm like, where's the other guys? Where's your two stars of the team to throw the ball? I mean, Antonio Gibson, he was even getting some catch. He had 8 points in that game.
I'm starting to think something about this offense, Jason.
What is it?
You remember Eric Bieniemy and the Chiefs, man? They were just like, we're not going to hyper target anybody. You know, I mean, we'll hyper target Travis Kelce, but wide receivers are just whoever the fuck we're feeling like today.
Dude, that's what it looks like, man.
I know. And so now I'm like, shit. Because I saw last game against Philadelphia, and I was like, dude, all the targets that McLaurin got, and I was thinking, oh man, dude. And so now I'm thinking that Logan Thomas is going to be like a top 8 tight end probably. So you should pick him up. But I'm afraid of this offense in general because it's going to be more of that Kansas City situation where it's like you can't even put your finger on who's going to be scoring the points. DeMarcus Robinson, you know, or shit like that. And I was reading an article about that. I saw some Reddit threads about that, and I think the more
you mean Brian Robinson?
No, DeMarcus Robinson. Remember, that fool would go off every once in a while. Like last year, the year before.
Okay.
When Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, and it's like, I'm just kind of seeing this happen right now, and it's like, Curtis Samuel, man, like he literally didn't do shit other than his rushing touchdown, and now look at him. You know, next week it's going to be McLaurin, or it might be Dotson and shit like that. So I think Logan Thomas might be the constant here, but not nearly involved enough to be like a top 3 tight end, but still a constant. How do you feel about all that?
I mean, that makes sense, man. From after the game that I just watched, like the playmakers on that team are their wide receivers. And I mean, Brian Robinson has really proven most of us wrong and doing really well this year, and is involved in the catching game. But I mean, like from what we saw last year, like Jahan and Terry need to get involved in this offense, and they weren't. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, even Antonio Gibson had more targets than Terry and Jahan.
Like I said, dude, I was like, he had no rushes, Jason. But I was like, oh, you know what? Like he's gonna get this. He had 2 less touches than Brian Robinson. He had 55 more fucking yards than Brian Robinson.
Yeah,
Jason.
Yeah.
Did you see the stat? I don't know if you watched my thing. Brian Robinson has 2 rushes of 20 plus yards this year.
Mm-hmm.
That equals what he had all of last year. And I was watching because remember, I mean, if you watched the show last year, I like hated Brian Robinson. Nothing against him. I was like, I'm watching this fool, and they're like literally force feeding him. Why?
Yeah.
Like Antonio Gibson looks so much better. Like, why are you force feeding this guy?
Exactly. He was very ineffective last year.
But dude, this year he looks a lot better. But they didn't even have a fucking chance last night, dude. So they didn't even get to run the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Commanders going forward? Like, are you worried about them? Like, do you think there's gonna be a lot of games like this where they're, because we were just talking about this, how their defense fucking sucks. So like, I think that this might happen a lot, but I think that Sam Howell and their team, fantasy wise, will make up for it in garbage time.
I mean, it is happening a lot. They lost a ton to the Bills. They gave up 31 points, right, to the Eagles. Like, they're giving up points. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot. abandon the run. I didn't think they were going to get rid of or abandon Brian Robinson like that. I thought because he's involved in the passing game, so I thought he was going to be out there more than I saw Gibson. But dude, I'm honestly right now like Terry is nothing more than a flex play, and I'm like, dude, you could probably just like put Jahan on the bench.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Let him ride it out.
I think that you're right. Terry flex. Fucking start Logan Thomas. I mean, Logan Thomas is better than most tight ends in the league as far as fantasy wise. And then start Sam Howell, man. Like quarterbacks, if you're in a 12-man league, dude, quarterbacks fucking suck for some of these people, dude. I mean, look at Jason. He's starting fucking Dobbs, you know?
Yeah.
And he's
hey, man.
You're going to win
Dobbs,
the league. Shut up.
Dobbs is averaging 18 points a game from week 2 to week 4.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident having to play him, so we'll see.
So, Jason, I pressed play on Sam Howell. I was correct. He, thank God, made up for it. Scored like 26 points or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I said press play on Brian Robinson. It's the fucking Bears defense. They allow the second most points to running backs. Well, guess what, dude? This game, they didn't allow shit to running backs. They're gonna be a lot better after this week on that stat. And then I said press pause on Antonio Gibson. I was right about that, kinda, because I mean he would have been a serviceable in PPR. He probably would have been a serviceable flex. Jason, I said play Terry McLaurin. The Bears allowing 30 points, per game to wide receivers, 11th most in the NFL. Terry McLaurin just got 8 for 85 or whatever against the Philadelphia 76ers. Play him.
Joe Harden.
And Embiid is like, no. Goal line is for me.
Pass me the ball.
I wish I could do like a fucking Jabba the Hutt accent. That would be my fucking. That would be my. Jahan Dotson. I was like, plus play on Jahan Dotson. He's always the second targeted wide receiver on this team. Yes, 25 targets through 4 games. Curtis Samuel only has 20. Well, guess what, dude? I was wrong. I said to pause Curtis and to play Jahan. I should have switched those up. I fucked up. And hey, I built up Logan Thomas, Jason. I built him up. Logan. Thing. So, Logan Thomas, he will never die. He's got to fucking fall in a goddamn log when he's like 80 years old to fucking die.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
the dude gets hurt all the time and he keeps coming back.
Jason, I was all play the defense. I was like, the Bears defense is playing the Bears. They're averaging 14 points a game. Hell yeah. They got 0 points. So I fucked up big time. And then I said start Sly. I know he kicked 1 field goal. Let me see how many field goals this fucker kicked. I think he kicked. Wait, did he kick 1? Oh, he was 2 for 3. He was acceptable for a starter. So he made a 5. He made a fucking 50-yarder. So there you go. I think he probably broke 10 points if I had to check. And that's all you want out of your kicker. So, Jason, I fucked up on the wide receivers. I said I should have switched them, and I fucked up on the defense.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people thought this game was going to go the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But moving forward, Jason, Sam Howell, you're fine with your quarterback, or would you still be trying to look for another one?
Yeah, after I saw, dude, like, if you need to get him and put him in on a bye week, you could do it, man. He's
a quarterback 2 for you, right?
Huh?
He's a quarterback 2 for you?
Yeah. As of right now.
And then Anthony Richardson is like quarterback 1, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's top fucking 5 for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of Jalen Hurts because I'm like, man, but Jalen Hurts ain't going to score as much as fucking Anthony Richardson. And then Terry McLaurin, I think that you said, like, he's your flex play if you want to try to package him for something, but I would wait until he had a blow-up game. One of these, we talk about, like, it's going to be kind of random. Wait till he has a great game and then try to trade him, maybe. Get yourself, like, a Puka or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him and Plus and get something that people don't value as much. And then Brian Robinson, you're keeping Brian Robinson, dude. Like he's been great this season. This just was like kind of a weird fucking game.
Yeah.
I don't really expect Washington to be down 30 points by the half every game. And then Antonio Gibson, Jason, are you picking up off your waiver wires?
I am keeping an eye on him.
And then
I don't know if I want to spend any fob.
I mean, I think he's a great stash. Like if Brian Robinson went down or something, I bet you Antonio Gibson might show his metal.
Well, and maybe don't they drafted a rookie running back, right? Isn't he coming back from injury next week?
That's a good, Jason. Good job,
Rodriguez. I think.
I got so much shit on my mind. I'm like, who the fuck you talking about, man? And then also Jason. Okay, so then we're going into Jahan Dotson. If you want to drop him, that's okay.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel. Don't expect the last week, man. Like, look at his stats, okay?
Mm-hmm.
People are talking about, yeah, he does have a higher floor than Jahan Dotson. Like, I think he's got 50 yards plus in like 3 or 4 games now, or maybe even 4 or 5 games. But if you're looking for like a 7-point dude, look his way, I guess. And then Logan Thomas, I think, is the big one here, Jason. We want to pick him up, right?
Oh, yes. Pick him up.
All right.
So even Logan if Thomas, people say they got screwed, pick him up.
Parker Reynolds. Meet me in my driveway. I'll eat your face.
Yeah, I'll eat your face. Yum, yum, yum.
And we all know how much you like your face, so you better watch the fuck out.
Or Logan, we'll come after you.
Washington defense belongs on the goddamn waivers. And then so does the fucking kicker. So, yeah, I think that's it, Jason. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. Good timing.
And now I feel nice and relaxed for my in-laws. I got to go have dinner with them.
Yeah, we're gonna go have dinner at
some They wanted Mexican food, so we gave them the best Mexican food place. The place I like to that doesn't speak any English. You know, we're from Bakersfield. We know what Mexican food's all about. Once you go north, it's all gringo food. But man, they would not step foot in the place that I want to go to. So no. I go to a nicer place that I've never been to.
Do you have a good hot dog joint there?
Hot dogs? No. Chicago. That was funny because they're from Chicago. It's like maybe I should like order like they come here and I get like freeze dried stuff from like Chicago and you're like, dude. We get this all the time. What the fuck are you doing?
Do you guys have a Chuck E. Cheese there?
Yeah, we actually do. That's crazy that you even say that.
Yeah, that's something to think about for Saturday.
I used to love Chuck E. Cheese pizza when I was a kid. I was like, cheese pizza? Do you see all the...
Yeah. Now it feels like the robotic mice are the ones that made it, and there's like bolts and grease all in the pizza. That new
scary movie, it's like all about those robotic people just killing.
It's like Freddy
Five Nights at Freddy's, and then there's like Thanksgiving. There's all kinds of crazy shit. Anyways, I need to give water to these dogs. I forgot about that. That is the show. Thank you so much for watching. Jason is a robot. Hopefully he's powered up.
I was trying to be the mouse because don't they sing on stage?
I don't remember, dude, but
they play the guitar and they're like, "Eat your pizza, kids."
Eat your pizza. Can I touch them, Mom?
Why is Chuck E. Cheese rats bad, but Splinter from the Turtles is badass? How'd that happen?
Fucking no.
Equality. All right,
they are both mutants of their own species. Thank you so much for watching the show.
Yeah.
Tune in Sunday morning live. Check out the earliest waiver wire show in the fucking world. Actually, I don't know because keep a tabs on that because I don't know what my Sunday is going to be like. And give it. Hopefully, we earned a thumbs up. Leave that. That helps tremendously. Hopefully, we earned a subscription. Fucking subscribe, dude. Fucking subscribe, man. Jason, send us out.
You fucking subscribe, man. You fucking do it. Yeah, you pretty much said it. Tyler's got something going on Sunday, hopefully. Pay attention to our Star of the Weeks. Bryce Hall and Romeo Dobbs for the Debs. We'll see you next time. Deuces! Oh, God.
Watch Boondock Saints and you'll know why I say, catch you on the flip side. Boom!